Welcome back to the channel, my YouTube family, my Starfield exploration family. How are you doing today? And in today's video, what I thought I would do is I'd make you some suggestions for you, what skills I think you need to pick early in the game to help your progression and make your character as strong as possible, depending on your playstyle. Should be good. Let's do it. So when you first open the game for your first playthrough, you're going to come to your character building screen very quickly early in the game, and whether you know it or not, you're going to pick 3 perks that you get for free. And so it's a very important decision on what character type you want, what type of playstyle you want to adopt in the game, etc. And you don't see the skill tree until much later. So what I thought I would do today is at least give you some recommendations on skills that you might consider using, and at least you can pick the best skills at this point when you're making your character, and you get 3 for free that you actually want and are actually useful, because you can't reset your character once you've built him or her. So let's go to the skill tree now, and I'll walk you through what my recommendations are early in the game, and then we'll come back to this and show you some of the character types and what skills they offer. Okay, let's have a look at some of these skills that I suggest. Now, this is very much dependent on your personal play style and how you want to approach the game. All I'm going to do here is give you some recommendations, and it's up to you to see what you want to choose. So to get to the skill tree, obviously open up your menu path, and your skill tree is up in that top right hand corner right there, and it'll bring you to this screen here. So a lot of skills to choose from, and it can be quite confusing. Obviously at the start of the game, you're not going to know exactly what kind of play style you're going to do, if this is your first playthrough and all the rest of it. So you're going to have to try and guess a little bit on this. So effectively how this works, we'll talk about how this works, and then I'll take you through the perks I suggest you use. So effectively you have, when you pick a skill, it has 4 ranks to go through, and with each rank you're going to have a little challenge to do. And you can see with here on weightlifting, for example, the challenge that I have to do to get from rank 1 to rank 2 is sprint for 1,000 meters while at 75% or more of the maximum load capacity. And you can see, and then as you go through, the challenges ramp up obviously until you get to rank 4, and then that's optimized. Now, once you get to rank 4 with this, it will then open tier 2, and then you could rank those, I reckon, to rank 4 opens tier 3, and so on and so forth. So just be aware that that's a thing. So what do I recommend for starting skills? Well, starting skills very much in the physical, you could potentially look at fitness. In space, the greatest commodity is oxygen, and the increased lung capacity gained by a regular physical fitness regime is essential to survival. So what you're going to find with this one is you're going to run out of puff a fair bit. Now, it's not a hard thing to get around, but if it is annoying you when you're running around in the game, then fitness is worth considering. If you're going for a stealthy playthrough, stealth is absolutely a must. But however, you might not have to spend a point here, and I'll show you that in a little bit, because as we spoke earlier, when you're setting up your character, you'll get 3 free perks. So for a combatant who values the discretion above all else, the ability to approach a target while undetected and kill with a silenced weapon is terrifying as it is effective. So if you want to go for a stealthy playthrough, this is a must-have. Weightlifting is a crutch perk, because what you're going to run into very early in the game is encumbrance. You're going to be picking up a whole lot of stuff, and you have to pick up a whole lot of stuff to make money early in the game. So if you can negate that a little bit and have something that increases your carrying weight, weightlifting is your perk. Weight training can significantly increase one's ability to carry weapons, equipment, both in space and on the ground. Now, I have done a whole video on this. If you haven't seen it, talking about encumbrance and how to get around that. But this is, for me, it's a crutch perk and one I would highly suggest. If you're not too confident in combat and you want to go down a little bit of extra health route, then wellness is definitely worth picking. By embracing an active lifestyle and good nutrition habits, one may improve their overall sense of health and even gain prolonged life expectancy. This is one that, again, it's up to you. I found in my second playthrough I didn't need this. I picked it in my first playthrough. So up to you whether you're confident in combat and whatnot to go, or you need extra health. Okay, so going across the social tab, there are 3 here that I suggest, and you can see there's 2 of them that I've already picked. Commerce. This is, again, you're buying and selling a lot, you're moving a lot of inventory around, so this is an absolute must in my opinion. In settled systems, free market economy, almost anyone with the right skill set can open and run a successful business. So what this does is it means that you buy for less and you sell for more, essentially. And you'll be doing that a lot, so this is well worth picking. Persuasion is one of those where when you get in conversations with people, you can avoid combat by using persuasion skills. What I've found in the early game is that you don't really use this a lot, so to pick it straight away is up to you. But in settled systems, that is not easy to say. The nuanced ability to listen and discuss can often accomplish far more than simply shooting first and asking questions later. Again, I guess that's a playstyle choice, and that's up to you. I generally pick it because I like to be use diplomacy over anything else. Again, if you're going for that stealthy playthrough, theft is a must here, and basically this allows you to pickpocket targets. That's what that's all about. So if you want to do that one, well, not entirely honourable, it's certainly not legal. It's nonetheless occasionally necessarily discreetly remove property for someone's person. So if you want to pickpocket people, that was in Fallout. If you want to pickpocket that one, that's one that I highly recommend. Combat. What I'd suggest here is try and figure out what your playstyle is, what you've used in previous games, and it should answer the question on what you want to do with the combat tab. I usually pick ballistics because I use ballistic weapons. That's what I'm comfortable with. Centuries of conflict have proven that when it comes to threat elimination, few things stack up to the reliable power of high-speed projectiles. And this is just basically increasing your damage on ballistic weapons, but you can, if you want to do if you want to do a melee character, I guess that's melee. You have lasers, pistols, and shotguns. So up to you what you want to use there. That very much is a personal preference. Science. Again, there's a few things here that you can choose. I've went with research methods because what this does is it upgrades or gives you a buff when you're upgrading in your research station and when you're crafting items. And for me, I want to get to this weapon engineering. That's why I've picked it. But there's a couple more things that you might want to consider here. Medicine is one. It'll give you more. It'll restore more health and faster. If that's a problem, I haven't found the restoring of health being a major issue. But if you want to get that to do it quicker and get more of a buff with your health packs, you can choose medicine. With surveying, if you want your scanner to have a longer distance, then surveying is worth considering. And finally, the tech skill tree. I honestly think boost pack training is an absolute must. You will be using your boost pack a lot, and this basically starts to give you all kinds of buffs like using less fuel, being able to double jump, all kinds of stuff. And in this game, I think that's essential. That's my personal point of view. Specialised training and innovations in personal mobility systems have allowed an unfettered exploration on alien worlds. It allows you to get to places you probably wouldn't. Definitely security. This is the lock picking skill. Something you're going to be doing a lot of. And I think it's absolutely, again, a crutch perk for me. While standardised digital locking mechanisms is renowned for its security, any code can be broken with proper training. There's nothing worse than getting into an area and the lock picking is too high for you. So that's why I picked this. Again, if you're more into your flying and your spaceships and stuff, check out a number of these, but those two are absolutely critical at the start of the game. Now, one thing I want to talk to you a little bit about is the three free perks or skills that you get at the start of the game, and that is your choice on what way you go and what is here, what you would pick here, and therefore when you're setting your character up, what you might choose as a character type to get your 3 free perks. And we'll explain that a little bit in a while, but the weird thing is you have to make that choice up front before you see the skill tree. So hence why I thought it was important to show you the skill tree first, and then when you're setting your character up for the first time, you at least have an idea what perks you might want to go with. This is where I suggest you go through and just be very, very careful. Based on kind of what my suggestions are for early perks, you don't have to follow that, but this is what I'm trying to do is match up those perks I've just suggested with a character here that matches, at least gives me at least 1 or 2 of those skills up front. And I'll explain why in a bit. So we got security. So the Beast Hunter has fitness and ballistics. That's not bad. We get ballistics for free. We get fitness, which is, yeah, not bad. That has the lockpicks in security. This is the one that I've got in my other playthrough, Bounty Hunter. This not only gives you boost pack training, but it gives you piloting and targeting control. That one's quite a strong one. Cyber Runner, you get stealth security, so you can sneak around. You can pick locks, and you can also, pickpocket people with theft. So that's quite an interesting one if you want a stealth character. This one is very, very strong. Diplomat. Persuasion, you're going to need that early in the game. Commerce is about getting costing you less to buy stuff. And then wellness is basically health. So that's pretty strong. Weightlifting's good. The other two I'm not too fussed about. That's pretty good. Persuasion and security and research. You're going to need research at some point. So that might be one that I consider. Soldier is quite attractive too. I get the ballistics, I get fitness, and I get boost pack. So as you can see, there's plenty of choices here, and essentially you're going to get 3 free perks without spending a point. So it's a very, very important decision early. But like I said, if you're playing for the first time, you probably, like I did, have no idea what you should pick, and that's not unusual for any game that has a skill tree attached to it. So hopefully the suggestions and then being able to see some of these different character types will help you narrow down what you're looking for as far as character selection is concerned. So there you go, guys. That's my suggestions for what skills you might want to pick early in the game. Hopefully it has helped you trying to get your head around it before you get into the character building portion of the game and make these decisions. Of course, you can always add the skills later as you play the game, and make sure you check out how to get OP early or quickly. I've got 2 episodes there, and it shows you how to get to level 10 fairly quickly within 4 hours. And so, yeah, you can add perks as you go or skills as you go with your points. Hopefully it's helped you. As I said, if it has, leave a like. If you have comments or you have any suggestions on other content I can do for Starfield, leave them down below. And if you don't want to miss a thing on Gaming for XP as far as playthroughs for Starfield or anything else, consider subscribing and put on that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time on the channel. See ya.